Hi, this is Cheryl with Bears Pampered Stampers. Our next project is a cute little shaker snow globe tag. This is our green project bag. So when you unload that, you've got a number of pieces. You've got a plain background here. You've got a patterned paper. It's either going to be blue or gray. You've got one of the cutout things that is stamped only. There's a piece of acetate to match it. The acetate has this black washi on it so that it's more easily found. I don't know about you, but I lose washi all the time, or acetate all the time. You've got 5 unstamped little cutout globes. You've got a bag of filling for your shaker. You've got a ribbon to hang it, and you've got a little bits bag that has this little design that goes in the center, not colored, of course, and the little shake me tag that goes down here. Now, I apologize, I started this video once when my phone rang, so a couple of these things are done, but we'll walk back through those to get you to where I am at this point. Again, this is our tag, and what a cute finish, and so simple to do. So you're going to start out with this round piece that has the globe shape stamped on it. First thing you're going to do is grab a brown pen and color in this whole base. Your base will not have the shake me tag on it. So color everything brown in the base. And then we're going to glue the shake me tag in. That's all ready to go for you. Then grab the piece of acetate. Again, it's got washi tape on one side, it's plain on the other. We're going to flip this part over and add some glue to the back and glue that acetate in place. Make sure the washi tab is up. You won't be able to pull it up if we put the ornament together already. We're ready to set this one aside, okay? We need to do a little coloring on our design. So grab that next. I colored the house, and you color it whatever colors you want. I used markers, use pencils, crayons, markers, whatever you choose to use on that. So I colored the house red. Again, you pick your color. I added a little yellow to the windows to make it look like somebody was home and kind of watching out for that snow guy. And then the door, I made a lighter green. Again, pick the colors you like. It's all up to you. The roof, I made brown with a brown chimney. The snow on top we'll leave plain for right this second. Over to the trees, I colored them with a lighter green marker, and I left some white spots in there. And the reason why I colored the way I did is because it's obviously a snow scene. So there's snow in the area, it would be on the tree. I didn't want to take a lot of time to add snow to the tree and everything else. So I just kind of lightly colored it, left some white space to represent that snow, and moved on. Again, it's a tiny little scene, so I'm not sure it's worth fussing about coloring perfectly, but again, you do what makes you comfortable with colors, with materials, with coloring media, all of that stuff. Go ahead and add some snow to those trees if that's what you want to do. I just chose to go the simple route. And then to finish things up, I used a light blue marker, and it looks much darker in the cap than it really is. But let me pull this up so hopefully you can see those areas I highlighted. A little bit on the snow on the roof, along the edges of the snow line that goes across the house and the trees, a little bit around the snow guy, and then I kind of made a little puddle of blue around the snowman. All of that adds just a little bit of quick dimension, but if you look at it from further away, or if you look at it quickly, it's not something your eye is called to, but yet that dimension remains. It helps you to see it in its more of a 3D state as opposed to a flat state. So this piece is ready to go, and I'm just going to set it aside for a minute too. Okay, back to gluing. I've got my plain back, and I've got my patterned paper that are going to be the next for me to attach. So I'm going to grab a little bit of glue, put it on this white background, and match the pattern paper. They're cut from the same die, so they're going to exactly match together. No problems with lining up or anything else. You want to be as close as possible because you want a nice stack when your ornament is put all together. So for right now, this piece is ready to set aside and dry. Now we're going to work with the 5 cutouts. And one by one, we'll grab them, add a little glue, and stack them up together. This doesn't have to be perfect. You've done shakers with me before, some of you, and you know we've done them using a thin foam adhesive. We've done them using cutout foam shapes and all sorts of things. This one we're going to do simply with paper. So we need to build up a space for our shaker stuff to go and sort of hide in. So all we're doing is stacking 5 of these on top of one another, and it makes a pretty impressive base that will accommodate our shaker material. So just take your time and glue them, like I said, all together. Pardon me, I'm missing the mark here because I'm a little bit blinded by the light that I'm using, and the camera's kind of in my way, and well, I can whine about a lot of things, but that's why I look so goofy doing this. So there's 4, and here's our last one that we'll attach. Number 5. All in a stack, all in a row, but you can see it makes a pretty impressive little shape now that we can use to create a wonderful shaker. So just make sure all those pieces are in place. If you want to, pause for a minute and just make sure this part gets dry. One of the problems that you'll have with it, and there's not a lot of problems with this, but if there's a lot of extra glue seeping around here, it's going to grab your shaker material and hold on to it. So if you can kind of make sure that this is a little bit dry, it'll work a little better. But we're going to go on in the video because I don't want to hold you for a long time. So the next part is going to be adding this piece to this one. You want to make sure things are centered. It will help you to lay this over the top and see how that seems to fit. Is the snowman straight? Is he crooked? Again, this is all designed to work together so everything fits, or it should. If it's not fitting, you don't have it in the proper position. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and glue it in place. You just want a thin line of glue around the outer edge. Anything else is just going to end up with confetti and stuff all over it because it's going to be in the middle of that shaker. We'll just lay that in place. Once again, I'm going to take my cover and set it down and make sure that everything looks like it should. Is it straight? Kind of looks like it is to me, but well, we've discussed my issues. So this part is pretty well good to go. So we've got these 3, set that aside for a minute, these 3 major pieces parts. We're next going to take this Shake Me cover here, and I'm going to take a dryer sheet. You can use a dryer sheet, you can use an embossing bag, you can use a powder tool, but use something on the back of this acetate to try and cut down the static a little bit. If you've had a chance to dry this out, again, you can rub this along the inside edge just to make sure there's no static that's going to grab that. We want to work with the top side of this so the picture is facing you. I'm going to add more glue at the base, around the side. I don't need any on the picture. I kind of want to stay within my frame there and not have too much excess glue, because this is going to get into problems with the shaker element. You also want to make sure you have glue all the way around the edge, because you want to seal this. When I put that glitter in, I don't want it flying out. So I'm going to go ahead and set this into place. This is where you run into trouble if your washi's on the wrong side. So make sure it's on the top there so you can still grab it and pull it off. Everything's good, and I'm going to press that into place. I'm also going to grab and remove that washi tape because I don't need it anymore. My acetate is in place and it's not going to go anywhere. So we're almost there on this ornament. All I'm going to do is flip it over, and then I'm going to carefully take this glitter bag. There's a couple of things you can do. You can open the top. I've probably given you more stuff than you need to fill this. There's a mixture of sequins and beads and little cutout shapes, stars and hearts, and glitter. So you can either cut the corner and let that come out, or just open the top and pour from here. Either way, be careful. Remember that in doing shakers, often less is more. If you put too much stuff in here, it can't shake around. I want it in the center of things, kind of like that, because I need to glue my back on and I don't need this material getting in the way, but we'll just set it like that for right now. Move a couple of these beads over. Beads are micro beads. When you use them in your shaker material, kind of help to move the other things along. So it's a good idea to use them. Melissa has the micro beads. She has some fun sets from Sizzix, which is what I used here, that have the sequins and shapes and beads in them. So they're kind of like a one-stop shop. They have small and large sizes, both in the same set. So the blues and whites came together, and just a lot of fun. Here I want to have enough glue, and I probably have too much in some places here. Let me just wipe off a little bit. I want to go all the way around because, again, this is a leak point potentially for my shaker material, and I don't want that to happen. But I'm going to grab my back piece now and pattern side in. I'm going to go ahead and lay that over the top and press it into place. At this point, I kind of carefully pick it up and make sure I'm lined up okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit off camera there. I want to make sure it sticks down, so it's a good idea to use your glue or whatever you have handy to just sit on top of this for a second and push that glue into place so that there's no temptation for this part to pop off. And that'll hold for just a minute. In the meantime, grab your ribbon. You kind of know the drill. Well, depending on what order of ornaments you did, you might know the drill by now. Go ahead and tie a knot in the end. We're going to trim those ends to make them look good. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom. And that, by the way, is probably enough time to weight that down a little. It should be good to go. Come on, glue. I think my bottle's getting a little empty. You know I'm going to get a big glob here in a minute. I don't think I have a clog in there, because these bottles are kind of hard to clog, but you never know. I'm kind of multi-talented on that every once in a while. Well, in any event, you would want to glue this on the back in the center, and then you're done. You've got your little ornament done. Such a cute little design, and so easy to do. I love how Lawn Fawn does things, because they always make our lives so easy in doing this. So if you want to make more, there's a stamp set called, sorry, I've forgotten already, Snow Globe Scenes. So it gives you the outline of the snow globe. There's a tree. There's a Gingy house that's so cute. There's a fox watching the stars, a little car with a tree, and then our little snow guy here that we've done. There's 2 different dies that you want to go with it. One just cuts out these little scenes and will cut out the front face. The other one actually gives you the pieces that you need to make this dimensional snow globe ornament. Well worth it though. You've got so many choices. Again, they've made it so easy to assemble. All you need is some good shaker material and you are good to go. Thanks so much for joining me for this ornament. Talk to you soon. Bye.